The number one target or goal as we've met with vendors or met with drug chains at this conference has been differentiation. Script copays are the same no matter where you go. If you don't need a pharmacy consult, what prohibits you from getting that via mail or eventually home delivered? Really it's the value add that's needed at the pharmacy level. Now, everybody talks about it, but the ability to deliver it still escapes quite a few chains out there. And part of that is really redeploying the pharmacist, training that pharmacist to be patient-facing. They've been trapped behind the counter doing things that a pharmacist should have never been doing. Pharmacists, I don't think there's a single pharmacy course that teaches a pharmacist how to count, by fives or tens. Really, they need to get back to what they're supposed to be doing, and that's providing patient-facing impact. So central fill really is the number one technology that can deliver that. You have the ability to drive over 50% of the production of scripts to a centralized, highly automated factory. Quite candidly, I have people that ask me what I do, and as I describe it, they say, "Oh, you're putting pharmacists out of business." My first response is, when should a pharmacist have ever been putting pills in a bottle? What my job is to put pharmacists in the business of patient-facing care. We really break people into two categories, and we meet with hundreds of different potential customers, current customers, future customers, every year. We break it into people that have owned a central fill and people that haven't owned a central fill. And the decision process is fundamentally different between these two elements. We've noticed that the people who have never owned a central fill, they really don't know the questions to ask. They may put out a pretty detailed RFP where they think they're asking the right questions. Quite candidly, they take their technology vendor at face value. And, I'd love for everybody to just believe what I say, but candidly, the best thing they could do is to talk to a seasoned operator, understand what the questions that they would want to ask 5 years into the project are, so that they're now making decisions based off of a long-term strategic approach. It's a big decision. For many of these retailers, in the position they're at, they're only going to make this decision once in their career because these systems are very large, very capital intense, but they honestly have the potential to make that incremental impact that retail deployed pill counting technology can never make, because it can't be leveraged to the variable that central fill technology can. Succeeding in business is about taking the best from every single area out there. And pharmacy now has the chance to take the best from industrial engineering, software engineering, all of these other disciplines that have applied these very high standards of manufacturing and incorporate them now in pharmacy. And that's what we've been able to do with Binghamton University. World-class engineering program, sponsored by the founder of IBM himself, and endowed that program there. We've worked with this university for, I want to say, 15 plus years. And together now we've come up with programs that we think benefit them and benefit us. Now they're opening their first pharmacy school. The coursework in that pharmacy school will be fundamentally different than most of the schools out there today. It will have an emphasis where pharmacists can learn more about being in production. These are things today where they graduate from pharmacy school and then they get to their first job and realize there's so much that they weren't taught in pharmacy school about what they have to do that day. So this partnership allows us to take those best proven and evolving technologies and apply them specifically in the pharmacy world. Well, I don't know an industry that's not constantly changing. So the answers that I would give will probably be what every drug chain head would give as well, is if they aren't relevant in the future, they're not going to be in business. For us, that has been that we not only can't continue to stop looking, we have to challenge ourselves. So 10 plus years ago, we made some very fundamental changes in our technology approach. Today, I heard one of our customers describe it best to me last night at dinner. He said, what I try to explain to our board is you're a car manufacturer. Your competition are car dealers. He goes, the difference is the level that you can actually impact. You actually make the product. You can create the product. When we have a challenge, you can actually create a solution that can solve it. You're not just going to incorporate somebody else's off-the-shelf technology. And because of that, you're able to address problems that that your competitors can't address. So for us, it's that constant change, and then to challenge ourselves, to think that what we invented 2 years ago still can be improved year by year, project by project. And we're very excited about the systems that we've built, but I'll tell you some of our biggest and best systems that are 10 years old, today what we build is totally different. And it should be, because technology is changing at a very, very fast pace.